welcome to IMTEX 2023. India has set a goal as far as being a net zero country by 2030. But we have with us Mr. Anil Kumar from Ceratizit. The company itself has a challenging task to make this happen by 2025. Let's hear it out from Mr. Anil Kumar how the company is going to achieve that net zero target by 2025. Welcome to this episode of Machinist. Let us tell us about you have your plans about going net zero by 2025.
So thank you, and thank you for having me. Yes, sustainability and reducing carbon footprint is our mission, and as a company, we want to do it. The targets are right now are very tough, taken by the company. So what we have not decided, we have started acting right from 2020. And our target is to be carbon neutral by 2025. And then net negative will happen by 2040. Yeah, the global target is 2050, but will happen by 2040 only. By 2025, we'll reduce our carbon footprint almost by 35%. So we'll become neutral. And by 30, we'll reduce by 65%. And then by 40, we'll reduce by 75 to 90%. So we'll become net negative at that time. So what are the steps taken? A lot of steps are taken in this. First stage is raw material. So for raw material, we are working sustainably. Right now, you use virgin powder, take the elements from the earth and process them and spend a lot of energy in processing it. So we have invested in recycling plants in Europe and in US. So we are already recycling the carbide. And the energy used for recycling is much, much less as compared to process the virgin powder. So that reduces our carbon footprint to a great extent. And we have come up with green carbide and we have made rods where almost 78% less of carbon is used. So it is almost 4.4 against almost 19 kg of carbon. So that's one thing, and that we are offering to our customers. They can use it, and in turn, when they use these rods, make the tools, they reduce their carbon footprint. That is one thing. Recycling, green carbide. We are going to use green energy. We are in Europe. We have already tied up, purchased for future also the energy produced from only green resources. And India, of course, a lot of energy is from water. Some energy is from coal also. But we have invested in solar plants. So already in Calcutta, we have a plant of 100 kWp. And future plan is to make it in Bangalore also. So that will also help us.
That's a huge strides towards being a carbon neutral, and then eventually we'll go to achieve the net zero. Now we all are meeting after 4 years.
Yeah.
This IMTEX is 2023 happening after 4 years. So how do you see the entire vibe around this IMTEX happening? What sort of a response as a company that you have received so far?
The response is great, and after, as you said, after 4 years we are meeting, everyone is excited. A lot of energy, lot of excitement is there everywhere. So customers are coming, visiting the stalls. We are also excited to welcome them and showcase new developments. So I'll say overall it's excellent.
Mr. Kumar, Ceratizit is a more of a R&D driven technology company. So how you are passing on those benefits to your end consumer, you being one of the pioneer in R&D?
Yes, we spend a lot in R&D, and that brings new technology, new tools, As I said earlier, right now for sustainability we are doing it, but besides that, we are already coming up with solutions for e-mobility, and the tools are on display. Customer can see. We are already supplying to some of customers who are producing e-vehicles. So we are quite advanced in that stage, and already we are working for future for industry 4.0. We have come up with tool scope, we have come up with tools which work on Bluetooth and electronic displays, complete integration into the machine. So they really help in productivity and remote working. So that is, I'll say that is quite futuristic.
Mr. Kumar, one question comes to my mind when you talk about the entire Indian machine tools sector. You are one of the major players in Indian machine tool sector. So, which are the areas or which are the sectors that you think can is likely to bring more demand for sector that you represent?
Okay, right now, until now, India is automotive driven. Automotive components, automotive original OEM requirements, but it will remain. See, even though the push is for electrical vehicles, but then the machining is reduced on some of the components, but it is still there. It is changing. And besides that, we have aerospace which is coming up strongly. We have electronic division which is coming up strongly, and then we have defense requirements. So all these segments are really helping for the growth.
Mr. Kumar, do you think that Indian government going forward should also take consideration, consider the Indian machine tools sector for the PLI scheme? Because the government is going gung-ho to as far as the PLI scheme to, for example, to the aerospace and defense, to automotive sector, to other sectors. But how about that sort of a demand made by your sector to the government? Okay, here we are. We also need that sort of a push.
So government has identified machine tools as a separate sector. We are pushing, we are talking to the government through ICTMA to make cutting tools also as a segment. Both the segments are quite different, but they are related to each other. Machine tools cannot work without cutting tools, and also cutting tool needs machines, right? So it's important to make cutting tools also as a different segment and work on it. And of course, some incentive will definitely help us, because the increasing costs are really challenging for everyone. Profit margins are really going down, and some support from the government in terms of policies will help.
So, which sector that you think going ahead, other than automotive and auto components, would like to see a more of a demand for your industry?
Electronic segment and defense, aerospace, three.
So, can I say that going forward, your order books will be much better than from these sectors?
Yeah, definitely, yes.
So in terms of expansions, let's talk about your expansion and investment. So, what kind of expansion and investment that Cerat is it looking forward in India, and what kind of a time frame that we are looking?
We have already started investment in last 2 years. We did lot. We didn't stop in COVID. We foresee that, and we have invested for inserts. We have got new electronic presses, new grinding machines, and for solid carbide we are investing for micro toolings already, and for PCD we have now laser machines. They are recently invested for. So already investment is in line with the industry, and we are ready for the industry. And coming year, we'll expand these things.
How about expanding the facility? Is there any chance to we see that? And on top of it, what is the kind of manufacturing capacity and that you are operating at?
Yeah, Calcutta we have really big area, so expansion is not a problem. We can make few more sheds and immediately start machining. Bangalore plants, Yes, it's already under consideration, under process, expansion in Bangalore.
So can I say that the Ceratizit is 100% capacity utilization plant?
No, no, not yet. Still not. We have some capacities, but as I said, we are always working for the future and ahead of the demand. So right now, Calcutta, we are still working at 75%, and Bangalore also 70 to 80%. But already we have started investing and expanding our capacities for future.
So if I may ask you how much you would like to invest and how much you have already invested?
In last 2 years, I think we are close to 100 crores. Yeah. And coming year, 30 to 50 crores. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Kumar, for talking to us and giving us the time. Thank you so much. Thank you.